yeah, I get to the crib. You know, a bullet hole was like right over my mama's pillow like this, you know what I'm saying? And some people was shooting at her house because that's where my little cousin used to hang. You know what I'm saying? He had an incident at the park down the street from her house. I guess he pulled out a gun on somebody or something like that. So they was coming to retaliate. And they did a drive-by shooting on my mama's house. And the bullet was that close, so, you know, I'm taking her out, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that was a real emotional day for me, you know what
Amen.
I'm saying?
Well, we got about 20-something years in, 20 plus.
Since 2000.
2000?
Since
It's
2000.
2000?
I was a freshman in 2000.
Dang, a little young, but I always, now I'm to the point where it damn near feel like we known each other our whole life. So it's
Right.
kind of like I marked the number out.
Right.
It's not 23 or, 23 years. That's 2023, right?
Right.
Take that timestamp out. We on, but 2023, I was thinking yesterday, like, I don't even want to put no date on none of our relationships no more because it's like we brothers now. But since I've been your brother, and most people will probably say this about you. Even we laugh about it too. Nobody can ever tell what emotion you're going through, anything you're going through. In fact, the first time I've ever seen you cry, and it's not even a cry thing, like it actually looked like you was crying, is when they shot at your mama's house, or mother's house.
Right.
Somebody who's taking me in at times. Let me make this very clear again. My mother and my father is in my life, but this is at a time where I was just trying to kick it with my boys all the time. So we would go over your mother's house, and she just take us in like her kids. And of course, you know, I'm probably her favorite, was her favorite or whatever. I think she liked me more than she liked y'all, as a matter of fact. You know what I'm saying?
They don't play about her kids.
Nah, I know. Moms don't play about the kids, but your mama is one of those who's, I think like most of our parents is like that though. Take the kids in, no problem. But
you know, because we ain't like never been like no hard head ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like we kind of just like, but we're respectable. You know what I'm saying? Like, we
very respectful.
You know what I'm saying?
Ain't it crazy how we be like, you respect your parents, but you like when you at your friends' parents' house, you like way more respectful. Like for instance, when I used to go over your mama, my pops didn't play about chores. Moms didn't play about chores. But when I go over your mama's house, I want to make sure you know what I'm saying? That's, you know, because I don't know if I was doing that because I want to be a good representation of my parents, or I was just doing it because it was the right thing to do. I can't really.
I mean, it was probably based off of how you was raised, though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
You did it at the crib. Like, we didn't really have chores or whatever, but I just knew, like, when I went to somebody else's house, like, I'm going to be on my best behavior. You know what I'm saying? Then you kind of, like, fill out the room, maybe see what you could get away with a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But you're going to be more respectable going to somebody else's crib.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go back.
Go ahead.
I'm going to go back to, like, when we first met, bro. I don't know, like, I guess it might have, like, been the way that you dress, you know what I'm saying, that made me think, like, you just had, like, bread or whatever. Because I was, I'm not going to say I was broke, but, you know, I grew up in a single-parent home, you know what I'm saying, like, just my mom, so wasn't really handing out money and shit like that. So I really don't know what made me ask you for the 75 cents, you know what I'm saying, to get that pop, but I'm glad that I did, you know what I'm saying, because after all these years, you know.
It's crazy.
You know, that's what really led to us becoming friends, me just having the guts. And I'm not even an outspoken nigga like that, you know what I'm saying? I really don't need to be approaching people.
Because when we used to play with you in gym, you never said anything.
I just used to kill.
Yeah, just kill. Right, I never said anything for real. But You made me say something like, this nigga cold. Like, that's like the most I would say. Like, and then I kind of like the smaller people or something, or the people who seem like they don't bother people. I always like kind of take them in, even though I ain't,
Because I was a little guy.
Yeah. And you, at that time I was rocking with a little change though, as far as money, but 75 cents, I know that don't sound like a lot to y'all, but in school.
Back in 2000?
In school.
Yes, sir.
75 cents was a lot. You get you a Fruitopia or something like that. So 75 cents was a lot in school. But anyway, not to get too far off, I want to touch base back, because when we were younger, I remember you first telling me about losing your brother.
Right.
One of your brothers. You actually have 4, right?
Right.
And you lost one.
My dad has 4 sons. Me and my younger brother, Brandon, it's my mom's kids. And then my older 2 brothers was Byron and Byron. And then my pop's name is Byron.
So your brother you lost was older than you?
Yeah, 1 year, yep.
Okay.
Yep, he was born he just had a birthday last month, January 85. Then I'm September 86.
Oh, he's my year.
Right.
So I remember first hearing that and was like, dang, bro, y'all just cool? Like, y'all just, like, just can go on with life? Like, not on some, like, it just felt like, because I had never experienced a death that close. My grandmother,
Right.
but I'm talking about, like, a brother. So it's like, that's, like, the person who, like, here with you, like, one of them people. So,
Right.
and I was amazed with how y'all could still smile through life, because I never, you only see it on the movies and stuff for real when somebody lose a close brother like that, or in the hood, but sometimes them people ain't so close to you or whatever.
Right.
But hearing most of the time, I think when I was younger, it was never somebody losing a brother. It was a friend, your homeboy, your close homeboy, but a brother's different.
Well, let me tell you probably why we was able to do that. I never met my brother.
Oh, you never met
I
him.
never met him, and I didn't meet my older brother until after my second older brother passed away.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we was born in Minnesota. That's where my mom met my pops at. But she left him when I was like 5 years old. And then my brother and their mom and my mom, I don't think they really got along. You know what I'm saying? So we was never like able to get together or whatnot.
And he was married at this time with your brother and their mom or something?
No, yeah, my daddy only married my mama, and that's when I was like 10.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I never met my brother Byron, so I didn't really like have a connection or an attachment to him. You know what I'm saying? So my feelings was like, dang, my brother dead, but how am I really supposed to feel? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not a big emotional person anyway, you know what I'm saying? So that happening when I was 10 years old, it's like, dang, okay. Like, but then me and my brother, Brandon, we asking my mama, like, well, can we go to the funeral?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't never met him. At least we can get to see him, but we didn't even make it to the funeral. We got down there after the funeral, I don't know why we didn't make it. I really don't remember, but we got down there after the funeral. We was able to meet my older brother, you know what I'm saying? But he was cool. It was like, shit, we been knowing him and been around him our whole lives, you know what I'm saying? There wasn't no funny acting stuff going on or nothing like that. So we didn't really build a relationship after that. We was kind of just down there for a few days, and then we came back home. And I don't think the next time we seen my brother was like 2007 when my brother graduated college. My brother Brandon graduated college. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's why I was just able just to look at it as like another death, because we never built anything, no bonding. You know what I'm saying? Nothing growing up. Now had it been my little brother Brandon, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know what my life would be like, you know what I'm saying, now,
That's
you know what I'm saying?
Different.
So I think that's what plays a big part in that, Now, before you speak again, I really don't know where, like, the non-emotional stuff come from, you know what I'm saying? I can say back, like, when I was younger, my pops. I mean, this is what I can remember. My pops used to be like abusive to my mom. You know what I'm saying? So I used to feel like some angry emotion. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to say shit to myself. That's crazy that I can remember this. Like, oh, I'm gonna kill him when I get older. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to say little stuff like that. But you know, just to see like my mom, like even when I used to see her cry, like she'd be holding me, I wasn't crying. You know what I'm saying? You know, like some little kids may be crying when they see their parent get emotional or something like that, but like it wasn't really moving me. It just kind of like made me upset at that age. So I'm like, so yeah, when I get older, I'm taking this guy out. You know what I'm saying? So we end up moving here to Kansas City when I was like 5 years old, but over the years, that feeling went away of me wanting to take my pops out. But I can say, I'm kind of like about to switch the subject a little bit.
Fine.
I can say that with my pops doing that though, it kind of taught me a lesson. Even with him down, like being in my life, it taught me to like, I'm never going to put my hands on a woman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And make her feel that way. Like even when I have kids, I'll never hit my kid's mother or things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Like be overly aggressive and stuff like that. But I don't know if like just growing up with a mama like made me a little bit more gentle. You know what I'm saying? That could have been the case.
That could have been, because if he'd had stayed in your life the whole time, you probably would have took from him eventually.
Right,
Because
you know what I'm saying?
A lot of people would say, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that, but it's just on them,
Right.
you know, because they sing it so much, you know. It's
Right.
just the natural reaction.
Right.
So, yeah, that probably played for the greater good for you. Was
Right,
Brandon saying that too?
He was only like 2 or 3, you know what I'm saying? So he probably really don't remember nothing, but yeah, but you know, as I got older, me and my brother, we'll talk to my pops on the phone, you know what I'm saying? There ain't never been no hard feelings, no ill will or nothing like that, you know, but I mean, we got a good relationship now as we are adults, but we don't really talk that often, but you know, I got mad love for my pops, you know what I'm saying?
And look just like him.
Like my you know, like I was saying, I grew up in a single mother, you know, like, but like when I met you and Oscar, like y'all showed me something different, like, cause I had never seen nobody live with their daddy. You know what I'm saying?
Never.
I had never seen nobody, cause we, like me and all my cousins, all single mothers, like, you know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
right.
everybody was just raised by their mama. And then when I seen that, I was just like, wow, like that's crazy. I ain't never been around nobody who lived with their daddy, and like just their daddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, there wasn't no mama around. You know, we always had a mama, and I was like really shocked by that, bro. Like that really amazed me. You know what I'm saying? Just to see y'all father in y'all life. You know.
I wonder why you never questioned us, like
why y'all don't live with y'all mamas?
That, or like just how does it feel? Like, I guess like when you younger, you don't really question that stuff. When we were younger, we just keep it to ourselves.
Right, I
like
thought about it.
And
you know what I'm saying? Like, dang, they live with their daddy. Like, that's tight. You know, but I never got the feeling like I want to go live with my daddy. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it just is. It is what it is, or it was what it was. You know, stuff like that. So.
At the times where we were like at your, because it was a time period where we all used to like be at your house, and we did that with all our different houses or whatever. But there was a time period where we used to be at your house a lot. Did that ever make you think like, hey, how y'all don't want to be at y'all dad's house type shit or whatever?
No, because it was like we all grew up together. So like me, my brothers, all my cousins. So it was just like add more fellas just to the crew. Like we gonna have more fun. Like I want y'all to be over there so we can kick it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you know, shit, my mama had like a open door policy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
shout out
shout out to my mama. You need somewhere to lay your head. Yeah. Hey, she gonna open that door. You know, like her and my pops, they got real big hearts, man. And I really think that's like where me and my brother, like, you know what I'm saying, like get it from. You know what I'm saying? He might have a bigger heart than me, you know, but yeah, man. Go ahead.
Did Jason lyrics used to trigger something in you watching Jason's lyrics? You remember when he
Like when Alan Payne, the young Alan Payne, the goo that paid Jason.
or when Bokeem Woodbine was holding the gun at first? Didn't Bokeem Woodbine kill him? Or
No,
was it? Okay.
it was a little Alan Payne.
Yeah.
That killed him.
And you was older. That's crazy because you light skinned like Alan Payne and Brandon dark skinned like Bokeem.
Right. You know, I was just thinking about that the other day, but no, I never had had that feeling, you know, and I doubt if it was a gun in the house. It might have been. I don't know, but
Because you were saying you wanted to kill him.
right, but that's before I saw Jason lyrics, you know what I'm saying? Like he was out of our life by the time I seen that movie, you know what I'm saying? But it did like a thought came in my head like that could have been me.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
like,
yeah.
It like seeing that be like, damn, I remember feeling like
Right,
that.
yeah, like yeah. And I was just thinking about that the other day. I'm like, I might make reference to that, you know what I'm saying, when I get on here and talk, but you brought it up, so.
Jason's lyrics?
Yeah,
Why was you gonna make reference to it?
Just that situation, like, I was gonna bring it up, like, I could have thought about that when I was older, but not when I was younger. Like, I didn't have the thoughts when I was younger, but I did have those thoughts when I got a little older. Like, that could have been me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, in that situation, so.
That's crazy because it's not like we sit down and come up with the plan of what we're going to talk about. So for you to already have that in your head and me to just pray and say, God, let this go where it's supposed to go, and it just line up right there where you're supposed to go. So going back to your dad, what made you start you think getting away from him for so long made you start losing that anger to want to kill him or whatever? So what even made you pick up the phone when he called, or you know what I mean?
It was probably something that my mama said. Like, my mama didn't know that I felt that way, you know what I'm saying, I wanted to kill him, but she might have been like, son, y'all need to talk to your daddy, you know, or something like that. But I think it might have been that, though, us moving away and him not being there physically to be able to do any harm, you know what I'm saying, any more harm to my mama. Like, he didn't do nothing to me and my brother. It was always my mama that he was so aggressive and abusive to. You know what I'm saying? But I do think us moving away and him not being there is what really, like, took that feeling away. You know what I'm saying? Then as we start to talk to him more, you know what I'm saying, build a relationship, it's like, okay, Pops is cool, you know, but why was you doing all that shit back then? I had no clue. You know what I'm saying? That was probably just who you was. But, you know, my daddy cool, though, bro. He a cool dude. You know what I'm saying?
From when I meet him, he's always been, like, goofy and all of that. But did you ever ask him where he was from? You know where your dad's from?
Who, my pops?
Yeah.
Yeah, he from East St. Louis. Yeah.
Ike. I ain't even trying to be funny, but
Ike from East St. Louis?
Ike is from St. Louis. I listen to, like, A-Verb talk a lot.
Oh, okay.
And he talk about women or whatever. And he's like, nigga, we from where Ike from? Like, ain't no woman talking to us like that type stuff.
Right.
Maybe that's a thing from there. And maybe he thought it was right. Because did you ever ask him why? Like
why he used to
put his hands on your mama and shit like that?
Like, me and my pops, we ain't never had, like, no deep conversation, but maybe that's something we probably need to have. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't never sat down and asked him, like, hey, Pops, why was you this way, or why was you that way, or let him know, like, the things that you've done with me growing up, like, it's the reason I am how I am today. Like, why I'm going to be in my kid's life, why I'm not going to put my hands on my mama and stuff. Like, my mama is the one who took us away, but what you did drove her, you know what I'm saying, to take us away. You know what I'm saying? But maybe I need to have that conversation with him, bro.
That stuff be like cleansing. And, you know, all that stuff that you've been holding in over the years, you may not even know it's affecting you until you know it's affecting you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need to know I don't need to, I may not feel I need to hear I love you until I hear I love you from somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I never knew I needed to feel that. It lifts like a lot up off of you. You didn't know I always assumed, I guess I should have asked instead of assuming. I always assumed your dad not being there was just because he wasn't there. He was just on some bull crap. Like we've never talked about y'all going through that.
Right.
No. So you're older now, and you have a conversation with him. Do you even like know what fatherhood is with having a separate child's mother from your marriage or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
You know what that is. So did that make you more understanding of why he wasn't there? Because when you was younger, you probably was just like, oh, this nigga just ain't here. Now that you older, you more understand those things.
No, that's not how I felt.
Talk to me.
I knew like why he wasn't there because my mama left his ass.
Yeah.
I knew, like I told you, like I used to see my mama crying from this nigga abusing her. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like she didn't have to sit down and tell me why she was leaving him. You know what I'm saying? Like I was just smart enough to know like she don't want to be in this situation no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as me and my daughter mom go, it's just BS from my end.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, just young, crazy, and wild, you know, but I always knew that I'm going to be there, you know what I'm saying? No matter if we in the same state or she in a different state, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, like, the conversations that my mom and daddy used to have, like, regarding me and my brother, you know. He could have been like, hey, send him up for a summer or, you know, something like that, but... Hey, mom put him on child support. She was getting her bread, so shit. I don't know what was going on in her head. Like for real. Maybe I need to have a conversation with her too.
For real.
You know what I'm saying?
Cause you know most of the people when we were younger, like if the dad wasn't there, you said you was 5 and this happened. So for you to like sum that all together, yeah, I knew she was moving because of this, but nigga, you ain't coming to see us type deal. We ain't thinking about the distance and how far you are and stuff. Like, no, nigga. You weren't there, so we don't give you that excuse. As a kid, that's why I was like, now you may understand it more now. But this is just speaking to anybody who dealt with that when they was younger. And now they're older, they're more so like, oh, that travel is kind of different. Not that cuz didn't want to be there. It was just that's what the circumstances provided or whether money problems and all of that. I can't always get there.
Well, I'm going to say this. I don't know what my brother was thinking, but I really wasn't thinking like that.
Yeah.
Like, you ain't here, you ain't coming to see us. I'm going to tell you what did trip me out, though. I don't know how this came about, what happened, whatever, but my mom and my daddy, they got married when I was 10 years old.
And you left when you was 5. You did say that.
So I'm like, how? Why? Like I'm not asking the question, but I'm saying to myself, like, why are they getting married? You know what I'm saying? But shit, I guess they wanted to give it a shot, but needless to say, shit probably lasted about 6 months. That nigga was on his way back to Minnesota. But I wasn't affected by it because he wasn't there, like, from the jump. You know what I'm saying? But I did used to look at my mom like, why? Like, we good. Like, you all we need. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like we turned out to be pretty good men. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know what was the reason for her wanting to marry my pops, but I'm not a woman, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I don't know how she was feeling or whatnot. But you know, like I said, maybe I need to have a conversation with her and kind of just like see where her head is or why she felt like she needed to marry him. I mean, my mama pretty open with me and my brother, so I feel like she'll share that, you know what I'm saying, that type of information. But that did trip me out though, like just to see them get married. Not saying I wasn't happy in the moment, but it was still just kind of like, damn. He just coming, y'all, but I guess, but they had history, whatever, you know, your boy don't know. For sure.
So they was having a long distance relationship.
I don't know.
Because you didn't know they was talking the whole time before they got married and then it just, we getting married type deal? Or you knew they was talking over the phone?
I mean,
like
I might have knew, I really can't remember, but I just know shit. One day, he popped up, had some bags and some suitcases and shit. Oh, what's up, Pops? I mean, it wasn't like, no, what is he doing here? You know, it was like, oh, what's up, Pop? But then, you know, my mama did talk to me. My brother say, well, me and your dad is going to get married. But like I'm saying, I'm thinking like, why? Why are you getting married? I guess that should have been a question I asked back then. Like, well, mama, why are you marrying this man when, you know, what he did in the past is the reason that you left him, you know? But I don't even know if in that time frame had my mom been with somebody else. Like, I don't even think she had, like, been with another guy. I really can't remember. She might have been on a sneak, you know what I'm saying? But she didn't bring him around me and bro, so I don't know, bro. I don't know that might have been the only brother she knew, like, up until that time, you know what I'm saying? Like, serious, you know, I don't know what she did prior to him, you know what I'm saying? But damn, I need to have that conversation. Matter of fact, I think I'm gonna sit both of them down. Hey,
They're like dope conversations to
like,
have, yeah.
like, yeah.
What do you think that did to you when it came to relationship? As far as, like, you know, sometimes we imitate our fathers or imitate what's put before us without even, like, really knowing it. So, what do you think? What kind of man did that shape you to be in relationships early on? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, man,
How did you look at relationships?
well, I'm about to say this. I really don't know, like, how he was, like, in a relationship per se.
Okay.
I just know, like, the action that he put towards my mom.
Yeah.
And like I said earlier, like, that let me know that I'm not gonna do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna put my hands on my woman, like, be abusive verbally or anything like that. Sometimes in relationships you can be emotionally abusive without, like, really kind of like knowing, you know what I'm saying? Like, you think you doing a good job, but nigga, you really ain't doing a good job, because I'm sure I done broke some hearts in the past.
I'm sure you have.
You know what I'm saying? But the way that I treated women, I kind of, like, learned from my mama, you know what I'm saying? Like, how I would want my mom to be treated. So that's kind of how, like, I based my relationships, like, off of that, you know what I'm saying? Like, be respectful, open the door, you know what I'm saying? Be polite. Don't be so aggressive. Be kind of soft with your woman and stuff like that, you know, because I didn't see it displayed to my mom, but I'm not being like that towards my mom, even though it's just a different type of love, you know what I'm saying, that you got from your mama than your girl. But I'm not all angry walking around the crib and shit like that, just lashing out. Like, I feel like if you doing stuff like that at your home, then it'll take effect, you know what I'm saying, in your relationship as well. So I really, like, my pops ain't really teach me nothing. Like, I ain't really learned nothing from him relationship-wise. I learned to be the father that I wanted to be from him, you know what I'm saying? Even though my mama took me away, I still learned that, like, even if my child's mom take her away, I'm still gonna, you know what I'm saying, be there regardless. No matter how many kids I have, you know what I'm saying. So he didn't. I don't feel like he really taught me nothing, or I really learned nothing from that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, on that side, relationship side.
From going back to the emotion part though, as I can remember, I can only see, like, two things that would bring some type of emotion out of you. And I will say one of them first is when you be in defense of me. Like, I could see a little anger come over your face, like in defense of me, defending me from somebody or something like that. And I wonder why. Why, like, because, you know, we have these differences in how we defend people. You might be defending, and you can be all the way honest, you might be defending Brandon, but it might just be a little lighter or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You might not, the anger might not show on your face or whatever. But I see actually like you kind of in depth with what, I mean, kind of mean what you're saying.
I mean, it's like, I don't know, bro. It's like when you speak, it's like niggas just don't understand. Like,
yeah.
And I just be like, nigga, what are y'all saying? I mean, of course, we brothers, we got a relationship, we got a bond and all that, but I just don't know what niggas psyche be when you be speaking. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then, of course, you always had my back, you know what I'm saying? No matter what, no matter the situation, like.
You too, me.
Right, but you was always like that big brother, you know what I'm saying? Not saying that the other homies weren't either, but like me and you became the closest, you know what I'm saying? All the years we worked together, you know what I'm saying? Like that. So it was just like, hey, nigga, this my brother. Like, you niggas gonna respect him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and I feel like that way about everybody. It was just more displayed because we was always, you know what I'm saying, like together or in the same area or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I think that's just all that it is. You know?
And it was just not weird, but this is the only word I can think of right now. It was, let's just say amazing. I'm gonna just say it was amazing that, you know, I ain't no punk. You know, I don't back down from nobody, but it's always the ones where you know. It just seemed like you be knowing where to step in, like, bro don't really want to go there, right? Or he just trying to chill, but it's pissing me off that a nigga talking like this or whatever. Like, I think you know the people I'm trying to, like, not go there with, but I'm trying to, like, because you know me to try to hold my temper in and stuff like that. So it just seemed like you always knew the right time to step. That always amazed me. I'm like, that's damn near like a Migos type thing. Like, that nigga know where to put the ad lib in. He know where. So I always thought that was dope. I appreciate it.
Right, but but I knew you had a short temper back then too, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So if I could intervene and kind of like keep you on the more cool side, you know what I'm saying? That was always a good thing because I know, nigga, no matter how big, tough a nigga may think he is, nigga, you was not scared to step up to him and do anything. And I might have saved us from a couple ass whoopers, you know what I'm saying? Oh, no.
Who was I just talking to the other day? I was like,
we might would have won. Shit, I don't know. You just never know. But I knew you was like, it's just only so much you could take. You know what I'm saying? And then you ready to go there. You know, fuck it. Let's knuckle up then. You know.
I used those same words the other day talking to somebody. It was a girl. I was like, he made it saved us, or I made it like I may have got us beat up a few times, like just because it's like a no back down type thing or whatever. I remember times like, I ain't gonna say names, like somebody would get into it, like another person make one call and we all rally. I mean, hey, get the brakes beat off of us. We don't know. But my thing always been with you, Byronrell don't be doing nothing to you niggas, bro. That shit be pissing me off. Fight me. Like, I don't do nothing to y'all, but like, why are you messing with him? And not that you gonna back down, because people know you gonna fight. Well, your people know you gonna fight or whatever. Are you ready to fight? But I guess it's that same thing. It's like, Dominique ain't doing nothing to y'all niggas. Why
we be chilling? Like, that's what we do. We chill, bro, but we gonna protect our people for sure.
And it ain't like nobody ever. I think people more so wanted to fight you. Oh,
I really don't know why though.
It was more so I think you would step in more so to keep it from going there, and just the way a nigga talking or whatever. But I literally know this nigga we know this nigga want to fight you. I never understood this shit though. It maybe they couldn't stand the way you play basketball. You got girls. You didn't say nothing a lot to nobody. You know what I'm saying? You talk, but you didn't.
Maybe they just looked at me, look at my stature. Maybe just thought they can just whoop my ass. Shit, maybe that's just.
Yeah, but it's still like, you know, you got them certain people. You be like, oh man, that's cuz I ain't gonna bother him. You know, you carried yourself like that. Like it should have been like, man, that's Kevin Hart. I ain't gonna bother him. You know,
growing up, niggas just about basketball and girls. Like, it wasn't ain't nobody trying to funk with nobody. Shit. I mean, if you had funk, you handle it. But you know, we didn't really have no issues like growing up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was a lot of us, so we just used to be kicking it, bro. I don't know what type of time niggas used to be on. Like.
Right, because we used to get all the girls, though. Yeah, we did. Now that I think about it. It wasn't like group of niggas that like just remember, because we won like best freshman,
sophomore, junior,
yeah, best senior. Looking on.
Right. So.
The second time I ever seen you like this, you know, with me it was just like over time, you know, certain different things. It was never like a crazy amount of emotion in one time. But the second time I remember. I think I was at work and you told me this. And you called me and you told me mom's windows had got shot out or shot at or something like that. And you was just...
Did I call you?
You called me. We wasn't in... Because you was talking regular at first and then you just started... Because I think you was on your way to work. when you found out, or you was supposed to work that day, but you told me you weren't coming in because you told me what happened. We weren't face to face when you told me.
No,
Okay.
no. We was at work. No, cause I had got the call at work,
and you was,
and I'm looking for you. You know what I'm saying, to let you know what's going on. Then I kind of like when I came up to you to tell you, some emotions came over me. You know what I'm saying. I kind of turned my head. You know what I'm saying, but I kind of peeped you out. And it looked like some emotion was coming over you too. It might not have been.
Nigga.
It might not have been, but it looked like so. I was like, all right, fuck it, bro. I'm about to go. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I get to the crib. You know, a bullet hole was like right over my mama's pillow like this. You know what I'm saying? And some people was shooting at her house because that's where my little cousin used to hang. You know what I'm saying? He had an incident at the park down the street from her house. I guess he pulled out a gun on somebody or something like that. So they was coming to retaliate. And they did a drive-by shooting on my mama's house. And the bullet was that close to him. You know, I'm taking her out, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that was a real emotional day for me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you know, my mama married, you know what I'm saying? Her husband was there, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, when I walked in the house, my mama just, like, started bawling. Like, she came up and hugged me, you know, and that just kind of, like, brought a lot of emotion out of me. I'm like, because that was my everything, you know what I'm saying? I could have lost my mama that day based off of situations that another family member was into. And for a hot second, I wanted to get on his ass, but I'm like, no. I mean, because that's just probably going to stir up some more shit in the family and stuff like that. But I was real heated that day. I'm like, bro, I'm just what I'm saying to myself. I'm like, niggas got to realize, like, what y'all doing and who y'all affecting. You know what I'm saying? Like, the people around you. Like, you can't go get in something in the situation and then run to your people house. Like, nigga, go be grown. Go do your own shit. Like, don't bring that shit around here where your mama be, my mama be, your grandma be, where all the little kids be. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, go be an adult. Take that shit on somewhere. Like, because you putting people in danger. And I think, like, a lot of people don't think like that. Like, when they do certain shit, like killing, shootings, drive-bys, beat people up, like, all that shit can lead to, like, some fatal and devastating shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, that didn't sit right with me, but I let my little cousin get a pass, bro. I was like, because I'm too fucked up in the head right now. Like, I could do something, like, that's way out of my character. Like, nigga, you almost got my mama killed. You know what I'm saying? So, that was an emotional day for me. Like, I done been emotional on some different occasions. Like, not, like, necessarily, like, brought tears to my eyes, but, like, when I seen The Lion King, nigga, and Mufasa died, I didn't cry, but I could feel like, I can feel like a little stir up, you know what I'm saying? In me, like damn, like, you know, his daddy died. In another movie that almost got me was Fruitvale Station. Like when they killed Roger, I think. I don't know what his name was.
Oscar.
Okay, yeah, Oscar. Yeah, when they killed him, I got a little, but yeah, man, the non-emotional stuff, I really don't know where it come from, honestly. Like, my wife be asking me that. I'll be like, Amy, she be trying to tell me, like, well, babe, maybe it's something from the past. I'll be like, well, I really don't know. I don't know. Maybe I need to seek a little one-on-one therapy. You know what I'm saying? And just kind of see what the therapist can bring out of me, you know?
Because it's not healthy to not display emotion. I didn't know that when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? Because we keep shit bottled in. Like, it's not healthy for me not to always talk to people. Right. You know, and hold so much of my shit in. You know, I do understand that now. Then I'd be like, I'm all right. I've been making it this far, you know. Right. But, you know, we will find it in the right time. Like, this actually serves as therapy for me. Right, like, being able to talk to different people and be like, oh, you wasn't the only one going through that type of stuff, you know?
Like, because I really, like, never sit and talk to nobody like about myself. Like me and my wife, we'll have little conversations, stuff like that. If I talk to anybody, it's probably my brother the most. You know what I mean? Because we came up in it together. You know what I'm saying? So we just talking to each other about what we been through. You know, who we are today and stuff like that. But therapy, I mean, it probably couldn't help, bro. But I mean, when I just sit and think about it, it's like, why are you so chill and laid back? Like I don't know, but I guess that's just always been my character. Like even since I was younger, you know what I'm saying? Just I don't let too much bother me. You know, like nothing really like rattles me up that much. You know, like. But do you ever feel like people can be like overly emotional?
Yeah, like some of that stuff can be good. I'm sorry.
No, I'm asking the question. Like, do you ever feel that way? Like people be...
Some of that shit is like you want attention. There's some people who display a lot of emotion for attention because they know what type of people, people will gravitate to you, pat your back or what. Then there's just some people, I don't know, you just need to get, I don't know if you can ever display, taking that aside, the people who just trying to get their attention, I don't think you can display too much emotion. Or maybe you can. Because I know they say don't show emotion, it'll get you hurt type shit, but nah, I don't know. I think let that shit out so you ain't bottling it in.
But I only heard
talking
that
to myself too.
I only heard that on the movies. Like nobody like physically ever told me that. Like I only heard don't show emotion, that'll get you killed or not liked or something like that. Like,
but we be copying that shit.
I know, you know what I'm saying. But I'm just like nobody like never told me in my face like an adult like, Byronrell, don't show no emotion. Shit, I just never really showed no emotion.
We used to call you. I used to call you Clear Eyes.
What? Bro, I ain't never do that.
Yeah, I used to call you Clear. I like that was my reference point to you when I'm explaining. I'm like, this nigga don't show no. It doesn't change. If he's crying, it look like this. If he's laughing, it look like this. I just happen to be around long enough to be able to tell y'all he's laughing right now. You just don't know. He's cracking up. His ribs hurt.
I love laughing, though. I love having a good time. Like, I love having fun. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I guess that's probably, like, my biggest emotion, like, laughter, cheerful, and stuff like that. I mean, I can pretty much laugh in any situation, even situations that niggas don't need to be laughing in. You know what I'm saying? So
that is like the emotion you do display that, but I would always tie that in with I wouldn't, when I'm explaining it to people, because once they think about it, they be like, oh, yeah, I ain't never seen that nigga laugh. They really seen you laugh before, but I always got to be over dramatic.
If they gonna say anybody laughing, nigga, it's you.
What?
If they gonna say anybody is not laughing, it's you.
Yeah, but
I mean, you laugh more now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Okay.
But
that makes sense.
I always been a laughing nigga.
But when you tie it all in with no emotion nowhere, and then I could just throw that in, and they gonna believe it. Like, they gonna be like, "Yeah, he don't even laugh." I just know when he laughs because it's the same face, but y'all don't know. It's like how people could tell twins apart. Like they could be like, "That's that twin." I can tell when he's sad. I can tell when he's laughing. It's the same face. But I can tell because I've been around long enough.
Are you one of the guys that can tell twins apart?
No.
I can tell twins apart.
I know, you can tell. I can't tell twins apart. It'll have to be something significant like a mole or like some one guy. But y'all be amazed. I'll be like, how do you know that? It took me forever to change Tia.
Like, in that type of situation like that, I'll be like, how can people not tell twins apart? Like, I'll be like, all right, man, let me borrow your eyes for a second. Because, nigga, I have no clue how you not able to tell these two people apart. They look alike. It's
crazy.
But they look different. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but you, like, always been super observant like that because you would be like, yeah, she married. I'd be like, you didn't even talk to her. How you know she married? This is before I was even paying attention to hands and stuff like that. I'm like, how do you used to do that sometimes? I'd be like, how do you know this, bro?
Nah, yeah, you gotta look, just so you ain't, approaching a married woman.
Yeah,
you know. I mean, I'm just saying, niggas still approach married women, but, I'm not gonna be on that type of time. You see one, oh, okay, well, cool, she taking. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, I can say I'm always observing. like I'm more chill, not showing too much emotion. But when I'm chilling, I'm paying attention. You know what I'm saying? I'm observant to what's going on around us. You know, because I can say that you kind of like the same too. Like you like to observe. Like if we go somewhere, you like to kind of make. I ain't gonna say kind of. You make sure your people straight.
Yeah.
And I picked up the same vibe from like Bam too as well. Like you know what I'm saying. Like when we hang and shit like that. You know. Y'all big brothers. Y'all see y'all people out there having fun. You know, but I got to keep my head on the swivel. You know what I'm saying. Make sure. You know what I'm saying. That we all good. But I'm gonna be the nigga out there having fun. Yeah. You know what I'm saying.
But you observing. I'm saying you see the little things I don't be seeing, but which is good. And speaking of Bam, if it's like one or two of him around, I'm having fun too. I'm like, nigga, hey, when we was in Miami, and I was, me and Bam was kicking it.
I mean, because Kenny was kind of like,
him, TJ, and them was kind of just sitting down, so they was Tim. But going back to, not even going back, now I want to speak on some of your growth though, because I've seen you. His hand is. I'm sorry, that finger threw me off.
My finger fucked up too. It's cool.
But I've seen you when we was younger go from playing women, doing, because as much as we've always protected each other, we protected each other in a whole nother way too by keeping it real with each other. Like if I felt like you were doing something wrong, whether I'm right or wrong with what I'm saying, I'm still gonna say it to you.
Right.
You're not gonna agree with everything I'm saying, because I can't think of a time where it been time I'd be like, nigga, you ain't agreeing with me, like in my head. But then I had to sit back and think like, he gonna keep it real with me, and that's dope. But being honest, like times when we were young, and we both were going through our times where we were talking to a bunch of girls or doing this or doing that. We went through the growing up trying to be fathers or whatever. I've seen you seem to master these things now, though.
I would say master.
Sing to. I said not. I'm trying to pick the right. That was a horrible word. You're getting greater at a thing. Fatherhood. I'm gonna take that out, because I would always believe you could be a good father. But relationships, not. Because not displaying emotion, not really, people don't know if you care or not or whatever, to see you doing it so well from what we can see. We're not in your household.
Right.
And I know you've went through tough times with your wife, but to see you stick in there, because, you know, it was so easy for us to just leave somebody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To see you stick in there and, like, have her back. You know, we used to watch Martin. And when she was more known for whatever job she had, and he was kind of like, I can't have her making more money. Not saying she makes more money than you, but her presence is louder. Her for you to jump behind her brand too. You know what I'm saying? And not feel any type of way about it. I'm proud of you.
Right.
I'm proud of the father you become, at least the father you display, you know, because you got to say that stuff.
Right,
you know,
right.
We're not in there. I'm proud of the husband. It seems that you're not saying that you display right now. Talk to us about the change though.
Like when I, you know what I'm saying, when I met Kenyatta or whatever, I was still on like some BS in the beginning, but her just being the person that she is, you know what I'm saying, kind of shifted some things in myself. I mean, because, like, nobody can, like, make you change. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to change on your own. And I'm going to I done told a few people this, but, like, it was one little thing that my wife did for me. It may seem, like, lame to other people, but it was like, oh, shit, like, this woman really fooled with me. Like, I don't know. We was kind of like into it a little bit or whatever. And I must have been like laying in the bed. I think she was standing up. And then I was about to get up. She was like, where you going? This is before we got engaged and all that shit. I'm like, shit, I'm about to go brush my teeth. She said, Stay right there. So this this woman went in the bathroom, bro, grabbed my toothbrush, toothpaste, brought a little cup, a little swishy cup, started brushing my teeth, bro. Like, I'm like, what? Like nobody like never did nothing like that. I'm like, damn, like that's some real love like type shit. Like for somebody to come in and brush a nigga teeth. No telling how my breath was smelling. I mean, we just kind of got up, so it was probably. But she like was taking her time, like doing it thorough. I'm like, damn, this woman really fuck with me. But fast forward. Even though after we got engaged, we still had our little issues and shit like that. But one thing she always say to me is like, love conquers all. You know what I'm saying? And like that really like sits with me. You know what I'm saying? Like damn, you right. If I love you, I feel like we can get through anything. You know what I'm saying? If we take time to communicate about it and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it shows growth. And even before we got married, we talked about like, if we did get married, we wanted to grow together. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna say like she really helped me a lot, like in my growth. You know what I'm saying? She really got me to open up more, like express myself more, cause I ain't never been a nigga to express myself. Like
this is a lot for you,
right? This is a whole lot for me, but you my brother. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna sit down and grace you. But yeah, bro, I'm like my wife is the biggest testament like to my growth. Like even like me, even with the kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause I always had this mindset like I'm gonna whoop these kids' ass. You know what I'm saying? Well, I guess I can say I changed that on my own, but like with my girls, I'm soft. Like they can kind of like get away with murder and shit, but with Brody, I'm on his ass. You know what I'm saying?
Now?
Not so much now. You know what I'm saying? Because she talks to me like, babe, Brody's 6, Brody's 7, just over the years. Like, you can't expect for him to be like you. You know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't growing up how you grew up. He in a 2-parent household, you know what I'm saying? So you can't be treating him like he's a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of like was just like this to be over like, man, what you crying for? Just like being so over aggressive. Like, ain't no reason why you should be crying. But she give me the open up more like and ask question like, okay, son, so why you crying? Like, what's going on? What's wrong? Like, I mean, I still be on his ass a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But she be on my ass, which caused me to back up, you know what I'm saying, a little bit. So I'm gonna say like my wife is a big reason of why I am the way I am, you know what I'm saying, today. You know what I'm saying? So,
I think there's got to be a balance when you're talking to even the girls, but we're gonna stick to Brody like about his crying though. There's certain things he should be able to cry about, but then you don't want to have that thing where it's like you just crying for anything,
right,
so
right.
we're not taking anything you say into consideration because you cry about everything.
Right.
But you do want him to, because if you tell him he can't cry like us, it's gonna make us hold shit in.
Right.
It's gonna even because okay, maybe this thing that I see as a big thing, Dad won't take to it because he'll minimize it. He'll say it's not worth it. It's not worth nothing. So why would I share that with him? What ultimately makes me go share it with somebody else who may not have my best interest in heart, or may have my best interest in heart, but can't give me the right advice that I need. And then you start to ask questions when they get a little older. Well, why didn't you come to me? Well, I'm trained not to come to you.
Right.
Because you told me not to cry about it, or you made it seem like it was a petty thing to cry about.
Right.
So I think we got to be very careful. I, too, was on that, and I got 2 girls.
Right.
But my thing was, I know girls get hurt way easier. I don't know if my girl can take this pain, because I didn't went through a lot of stuff as far as pain and keeping. So it was, and I didn't know, of course, I'm more... in depth with the understanding of this type of shit now, but then I didn't know I had to let the shit out or whatever. I didn't know it was cool. It wasn't cool not to have this shield up or whatever, because they say don't display emotion. I didn't want her being on top of her being a girl. She's gonna. I think I would have been harder on her than I was on the boy. Now that I think about it, because I didn't want her to get hurt easy.
Right.
But I'm hurting her while not letting her express herself. So I think you just got to find balance. Yeah, if I would have had a son, I would have been crazy too.
Yeah, I don't think I ever thought about that. Like as far as like having girls, I always thought, show them how they should be treated. Like that's like the only way I really used to think, like regarding my daughters. You know what I'm saying? I ain't thinking like be tough on them so they can be able to take, you know, some when they get older. It's like I'm a display towards, you know, my wife. Y'all can see that, but I'm gonna treat y'all like little princesses. That way, can't no nigga come along and be like, they won't open the door for you or speak to you nice or, you know, speak to you soft and with kind words. You know what I'm saying? But they might need a little bit tough exterior. I don't know. I might have to switch some shit up.
Nah, not too tough. Because I had to apologize too. Because I got a little too tough. I started treating her as if she was not
like a boy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So you don't want to get too, but you do want kind of let them know, like, not to tell them this is not worth crying about, but like at some point you got to display some type of strength. Don't just cry about everything.
Right.
You know, another, what was I about to say? When it comes to your girls, because you was talking about showing them how they should be treated. I think Grady, for example, I'm going to use this for example. Grady, he calls Lovejoy his daughter. Our friend Lovejoy his daughter. She was dating this dude, and he was called to treat her a certain way. And Greedy was like, yeah, this is how he supposed to treat you. And I'm like, okay. Well, what about how she supposed to treat him, though?
Right.
Because you want your daughters to also know how to keep a man.
Right.
Or else you're going to end up falling back into some men that ain't worth shit.
Right.
That ain't worth keeping. So once you get a good man or a man that's growing or trying to grow, we have to start telling them how to keep them. Like you can't tell them how to keep that particular man, but you could tell them like you know, the little shit. Like,
right.
nigga,
Do you feel like there's a certain age where you need to start like having that type of talk with them?
I think once they start
dating,
feeling anything for the other, that way they're ahead of it. And this is me though. This is just what I think. This is just even with just people in general, because you start with people in general. Because we always teach our kids how they're to be treated. We don't ever teach them how to, I ain't going to say we don't ever, but most of the time we're not worried about how they treating other people. So you start with other people. Be kind to this person, this is da-da-da. Now, once I see my daughter liking boys and stuff, I don't know when I jumped in front of that, but I was like, I don't know what made me click, like, yo, I do want my daughter to have a good man or whatever she chooses, but I also want her to be good to them, because I know how I was treated at times and what I wanted and stuff like that. So I explained that to her. So I think, when kids start liking like 13, it's just when you early, just when you see it, bro. When you see it, just don't let them get too far ahead into that. When you just have a talk with them and just be like, just fill them out and see how they, then you start inserting, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's probably more the right time to start doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I can, that's something I really can appreciate about you over all the years. Like, you never look at nothing one-sided. You know what I'm saying? You always look from a different perspective or the other person's perspective. And I can't say that about me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to be on, like, a lot of selfish shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, growing up, like, in my relationships and shit like this. So I can say, like, bro, I can appreciate that about you. You know what I'm saying? Like, having somebody like you just around, can kind of like keep a nigga like level headed. You know what I'm saying? Nigga ain't can't get too out of control. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you ain't scared to like check. Hey, bro, you doing too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, bro. I want to say that I appreciate that for sure.
I appreciate
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that even like I don't know. I always had these self-checking moments where I don't know where they be coming from. I'll just be sitting still like, damn, this happened in. I'm just throwing out a date. Don't think I'm that old. 1996. I need to call Cud and apologize for this. You never know. That was a bad date, I know, but I need to call Cud and just apologize. Some of them don't even remember that happened,
Right.
and then some of them be like, man, I forgot that happened. That's why I'm like this. That's why I'm like, and they be like, damn,
that's
bro.
crazy.
Like, yeah, you never, like, some people, like, block the way you treated them off so far. And the way you treated them and the way they felt after you treated them, it hurt them so bad they block it real deep down, but don't understand why they're acting like they act in their current situations now till you, like, go back. And I did a lot of going back, like, that's why I act like that, or that's why I don't, you know what I'm saying? So I think having those conversations with those particular people, if you can remember who it was or whatever, it cleanses you and helps you move forward and be like, okay, I'm good now. That's all for me.
That's tough, cause bro, I ain't never in my life thought about nothing like that. Like, sit back and think about like, damn, I did this back then. Maybe I should call some. I mean, besides that time where I told you about, I should call nigga TJ for when I just popped up at the crib over there.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Did you
And
ever
I
call
don't think I ever called him or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, that just goes to show, you know what I'm saying, what type of person you are. You know what I'm saying?
Make sure you call TJ too.
I'm
Just because I'm real close to
have-
TJ, I can guarantee that'll push something on them. Like, okay, my dude do care. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the times when people are just taking shit from you,
yeah.
you don't realize it's bothering them.
Right,
You don't realize because he's another person who just holds stuff in. You know, so I said guarantee you. Or did I say almost guarantee you? I think I said almost guarantee you that he would appreciate something like that. I don't know that it's bothering him, but I would think it would. You know, after so many people, I've seen so many people do this and that to him, including me, that I would imagine, because if it was happening to me, it would be bothering me. You know, I may not say nothing, but, and you gotta let him, you gotta let these people know that you care. Not that you didn't care at that time, it's just now you realizing, like, okay. And a lot of people just be like,
I mean, I guess you would be surprised on how people will react just from little small, like, little gestures.
yeah.
Like, you know, some people used to always say to me, which I don't think is true. They used to be like, Byronrell, you just so cool, so chill, but I bet when you get mad, you blow up and like, no. Like, that ain't never, like, being me. Like, even when I'm upset, it's not like a big lash out.
But have you ever, well, no, you have been there with your mom. What happened with your mom, I guess? Like, you didn't lash out. I guess that would be a time you was super mad or whatever. But if you do ever, it will be.
I don't know. I mean, I ain't never, the probably biggest arguments I would have probably been like in relationship that I've been in the past, or like me and my wife. I'm not on her ass, but I mean, my voice may raise, you know what I'm saying, a little bit and shit like that, but I don't know, man. I'm just so laid back, so chill, bro. It's just,
You ain't never had moments where you just like hit a punching bag and it's just all coming up off of you. Like, talk to me.
And this ain't even no time when I was older. Like, my mom had made me upset one time when I was younger. And shit, we stayed in an apartment. We stayed in them apartments by Speedy's. I mean, you know, low income apartment and shit like that.
Yeah.
So she had made me mad. I forgot what it was. I probably wanted some shoes or something. Shit, she probably couldn't afford it. You know, we younger, you see mom's paying for everything. You think she got the bread. You know what I'm saying? But now that I'm older, I see where all the money was going. Shit, bills and shit. But she had told me no or something, bro. So I went in there. I slammed the door. I punched the fucking hole, like, in the door. You know what I'm saying? And she came in there. She's like, Byronrell, I know you just put a fucking hole in my door. You know, I was just like, Mama, look, I'm sorry. Like, I don't know why I was so upset, but yeah, that's like the only time I ever like really hit something. I ain't never like if I'm upset about something and I feel like I need a stress reliever, I'm gonna go to the court. Like basketball is like the stress reliever for me. You know what I'm saying? Shoot some shots. Thinking about shit on the way to the gym. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, go ahead and get shit. Then if niggas really trying to get down, trying to hoop, you get them buckets. Then by the time you leave, you know what I'm saying? You straight. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You good. So
get that shit out of here. Nigga, you still... What you think? You felt betrayed in that moment? Like you cheated out your back? Like, why would you hit the door like over some
just being spoiled?
Yeah.
That's it. You know, mom spoiled me and bro, and then shit, everybody else, they came into the picture pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all it was. Yeah. So, you know, I could say my mama took real good care of me and my brother. I mean, doing it by herself, like, she really held it down. We always had what we needed, you know. So, yeah.
We're finna close out in a second here, but looking at you then, the man you know you were, and looking at you now, how do you feel about yourself?
I mean, I feel good. I mean, because I feel like if you can't, like, be the same. I mean, you can be, but, like, why would you want to be the same, like, at 18 as you were, like, when you become 36? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got a whole family now. Like, you got kids that you got to raise and teach them morals and values and shit about life. Like, it's like, why would you even want to have that same mindset? And I mean, even with social media, though, like, social media can open up your mind, you know what I'm saying, to a lot of things and see, like, how you can create wealth or how you can be bigger on your health and shit like that. And I'm going to tell you, like, off of social media is the reason why I stopped, like, having the mindset of wanting to whoop my kids, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, why should I be that person to cause you bodily harm? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can do this, barely touch you. I could hurt you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't want to bring that type of pain, you know what I'm saying, on my children. You know, so, but I mean, I can say I'm proud of the growth that I have had since I was 18, you know what I'm saying, to now, you know, 18 years later. You know, so, and a lot of credit goes to my wife, you know what I'm saying? She opened up my eyes and stuff like that. You know, just being who she is, you know, so I can say I appreciate her for that, for sure. But yeah, man, I'm proud of the growth.
And you're also more inquisitive than what you used to be with people. So you ask questions.
Yeah.
So though it's your wife, it's also a village too. Like me and you have like a lot of women around us that are even from our job to like that we can pull from and stuff like that. So yeah, you have started to be more inquisitive about things.
I mean, then, you know, you still have like certain people around you that can like instill a little bit of knowledge, like you know what I'm saying? Just like older people that have been around, you know what I'm saying, for a minute, like Miss Cheryl at the job, you know, just people that can like drop, not when he always on some bullshit, but Hugh can.
Oh, you said Hugh.
Yeah, I said Hugh.
I was making sure you said Hugh because you said you know. I thought you said Hugh.
Yeah,
you know, like
Hugh,
the older
you know,
people. I'm like,
you know, when he ain't always on that BS. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He got a lot of knowledge, you know.
Yeah,
so
he do.
I mean, just, you know, just listening to podcasts, shit, YouTube, you know what I'm saying? Like, all that shit can, like, open up your mind, like, to a whole different world and help you become a better person. You know, so.
Especially if that's what you're seeking too.
Right.
And sometimes you might just throw something on, not even knowing that it was going to go there, and you were just like, "Word." Rewind that.
Right.
Damn, I need that. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
I need to instill that in my life.
Right, because I did hear something like some years back that stuck with me. I cannot remember who said it, but he said, he was like, it was like regarding like your marriage and stuff. He like, women probably won't always remember like what you did to them per se, but they'll always remember like how you make them feel. Like their biggest thing is like the feelings, you know what I'm saying? How you made them feel in that moment. You know what I'm saying? Like they probably forgive you, but they ain't gonna never like forget that shit. So like even like when me and my wife do have our
Clashes,
right,
or whatever.
I still watch what I say like out my mouth. You know what I'm saying? It would never be no cuss words, no calling her out. You know what I'm saying? Out her name. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we have grown a lot since 2014. The dialogue is a little bit different. Like we can actually sit down and discuss it. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't got to be mad at each other for forever. You know what I'm saying? Fucking ever. That's what I was trying to say. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? But
that one.
right, that's just crazy. Tongue tied on the F words, but yeah, man, that the growth is real, man. And I can appreciate, you know, the people that's around me, you know. So yeah.
Shout out to everybody who's instilled the growth in all of us, who put the growth in both of us. I mean, I learned some things about you that I didn't even know today, so that was dope. You, like you said, you graced us with that. You said we don't never laugh on here. We had some laughs.
Whoa,
man, you funny. Nah, we had a few laughs or whatever. I had some laughs on other episodes. He ain't paying attention. But yeah, I appreciate you. I love you. Have you always protected me and been there for me. The growth you put in my life, the brother you've always been. Gonna have the other brothers over on here too, so that y'all don't be talking crazy to me.
Right.
The goal is to leave. You got any last word?
Well, yeah, I'm gonna say this. I appreciate you, bro. I'm happy for you. I'm proud of you. You know what I'm saying, for what you are doing. You know, you had a vision. You know what I'm saying. You had a plan and you took action. You know what I'm saying. I just want to say I'm happy for you. I wish nothing but success and great things for your network, man. And yeah,
our network.
Right. Our network. And I love you too, bro. I appreciate it.
The goal is to leave a lasting imprint on minds and hearts. We pray you've been indelibly marked.